Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel, Ron's Keto Cafe, and I'm Ron. If you're new, welcome. If you're a returning member, welcome back. And if you're a new member, could you please share, like, and smash that subscribe button? It definitely helps the channel. And before we get started, I'm not a medical doctor. I don't make any medical claims. This is all based on my own personal journey, so please do your homework first before we get started. And welcome to week 179 weight loss update and hip surgery update, the good, the bad, the ugly, and anything in between. Wow, yeah, that's kind of a mouthful, huh? So we had hip surgery on Tuesday the 16th, and I was 251.8 pounds, and today I weighed myself in, and I'm 259, so I jumped up 8 pounds between the Tuesday and Saturday, which is today, and I'm filming this out ahead of time so I could post it up on Monday as a premiere. And I'll go over the numbers for the week. So Sunday I was 252, 251 on Monday, Tuesday 251.8 on the day of the surgery. The day afterwards, when I came home, I was 251, 255.5 on Thursday. Friday I was 247.7, and today I was 259. And so you can see the weight is bouncing all over the place for the entire week. Now for the month, I was 258.6 and I was down 259.1. So I actually gained a pound for the month. And we still have my calendar date, 11 days to go. So we're just going to go with the number right now, 259. And I got to explain the weight gain. So let's talk about okay, we'll talk about the weight gain before we get into the details of the surgery and what happened. Yeah. So when you're doing the operation for hip surgery or any kind of major surgery, you have to take a drink before, and you got to fast a day before, which I did. I drank plenty of that, and I drank plenty of water and all that stuff. And then so the day of my surgery, my sister brought me down in a snowstorm to Worcester, and I got there plenty of time, 11 o'clock. My arrival time was at 11:30. I went in, got all my, signed the paperwork, and I had to get a bracelet, obviously. And then they put me into another room. I put the surgery stuff on me and stuff like that. They brought me down to the operating room, and then they asked me, well, how do I want to be put out? And they said, well, it don't matter. So then I talked to the surgeon for a little while. Then next thing you know, I was out of surgery. Surgery went really well. I got into the recovery room probably around 4:30 in the afternoon. They had a room ready for me, but they couldn't move me up to the room because I had so much anesthesia in me, and I had so much I was nauseated. I guess, is that the word I'm looking for? In other words, I felt like I was going to throw up and everything like that. So I was there from about 4 o'clock to about 11 o'clock maybe at night before they finally brought me into my own room. And of course I didn't get any sleep all night long because every 2 hours they were checking on my vitals. They did give me some like crackers and stuff like that and some ginger ale. So I was trying to like hold something in my tummy. And then once I got into my own room, and I had a couple resting here and there, and and then eventually in the morning came rolling around. I came over for breakfast around 7 o'clock in the morning. I had scrambled eggs, home fries, 2 slices of bacon. They gave me an orange juice, blueberry muffin, and of course coffee. And then at noontime I had a piece of pork, and then I had sweet potato, a little bit of carrot, and I had a piece of pie, and it was all sugar-free on the pie. And it was all bland, you know how it is with our hospital food, and of course it's ginger ale. And then finally around noontime, of course, in between all that, to checking my blood work and all that stuff there, taking fresh blood and vital signs and all that stuff there. And then I started getting dressed a little bit, and she said, I asked her, am I ready to go home? Because I had to call my sister up. Doctor came in and talked to me around 11 o'clock that morning, and I was fine, and he says, I'm going to go ahead and sign off the release form. And then Heather, the girl that was my nurse at the time, and there was just periodically over the course of the night, there was different ones because they were doing shift changes. And everything went well, and I got home, and the next day, as soon as I got home, I was I got comfortable, and I went right to bed. I was I had to kind of sleep it off a little bit. I needed to get medication. We pulled into CVS when we got home, and then they were closed because they take an hour out for lunch. So about 5 o'clock that night, I went back out in my car and I up the drive window and I got my medication. And yeah, I wasn't supposed to because I'm still under a lot of that medication stuff, right? And I got some stuff I could take for like painkiller if I need to take it, but I don't want to get addicted to that stuff, so I'm not taking any of it. If I need it, it's there, I'll take it. But yeah, it's going good. So the day that the physical therapist came down, he came down on Thursday, and they changed my bandage, looked at it, took a photograph of my wound, said it looked good, and I was helping me out with some exercises that he wanted me to do. And I've been working on some of those. And I went out yesterday and Friday I went out to some walking yesterday. I did it in the walking with the wheels and with the basket. I did pretty good. I am walking now without the cane, without the walker, but I'm still using it because I don't want to take a chance that I lose my balance until I feel as if 100% confidence in my ability to walk with it, and for my own safety, at least with the cane. Now, when I went out the other day, I was going street walking, but the streets they're plowed, but we got narrow streets, and there's no place for somebody like me to go walking. Now it's too icy, and I don't want to take a chance of falling, and that's why I had it done in the wintertime instead of waiting to spring, because it would have blown off part of my spring. But, when spring does roll around, I'll be fully healed, and they could go out and do some more walking again, which I want to start doing 3 to 4 miles a day. I do plan on going back to work once they give me the all clear, and probably about the middle part of February, because I just can't afford it right now. We know about the financial reset that's going to happen, but until that actually happens here with the gold back currency, we're just going to keep, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, just do your research. We're going to just take one day at a time, and if that doesn't happen this year, eventually it'll happen. I have to go back to work. I just can't afford the economy. The economy sucks. And Donna went to bingo Friday night. She didn't win nothing, but they had a really good crowd. A few people were, she said, asked me about me. She did get a ride home from her friend Jackie. She was telling me that they all went to New Hampshire this past week, and they go on Tuesday night. And her friend Jackie won $800. Her sister Diane, she won $600. And but they spend a lot of money. Our budget is, when we go, it's bare minimum. So that's why I said I want to go back to work so I can start going up there ourselves. We got a car, I got a GPS, they know how to get there. My problem is at nighttime I don't feel like driving to New Hampshire. To north central Massachusetts is about an hour, 20-minute drive. And and then when you go to bingo there, you got to get there early. The doors open at 4. You got to be there by 3 o'clock sometimes there, just so you can get a seat. And so the time that Donna won that $1,500 earlier in the month there was like 400 people that played bingo that night. So there's quite a bit of people. Today's Saturday, let me know in the show more if you got any questions for me. Now I'm going to get back to the weight gain and why we gained and why we gained. So in the number 2 department, when you go to the bathroom, the last time I went was Tuesday morning. Got up, took a shower, and before I went to the Worcester to have the hip surgery replacement, and I hadn't been to the bathroom since. So I've been very, very constipated. I bought some stuff called Zenokot, Senokot. It's supposed to help you go to the bathroom, but so far it hasn't happened yet. So maybe it'll just all come in wishing out at some point, hopefully soon. Because I picked up an awful lot of water weight with the IV and all the fluids that they gave me and stuff like that. So that's what I figure all the weight gain is from. So hopefully at the end of the month, everything will bounce the line back up for me so I can lose at least 4 pounds for the month. And the goal is to lose 6 pounds for the month. So that's why we had a weight gain this week. So, but I'm not going to worry about it because I'm on the mend, I'm on the rehab, and we're just taking one day as God gives it to me, and I hope today is better than yesterday. So did you ever dream about winning $1 million? And what would you do with $1 million if you did winning on a scratch? Well, in our state, we have scratch tickets that pay out as much as $10 million. So my sister, she showed me a ticket. It wasn't hers. It belonged to a girl. I believe she was, single with 2 kids, and they have a small room apartment. And she's been praying and praying and praying to win some money so she could get a house. Well, these were new $5 scratch tickets that came out our state, and she had won $1 million on the scratch, and she only bought one ticket. So the very next day, she signed it. So my sister told the police, sign the back of that. You don't want to lose that. And so anyway, she signed the back of the check, the scratch, and she went down to where you get the money, and then she's taking a lump sum, which is about $600,000 after tax. The very next day, she found the house already. She put down the down payment on it, and now she's financially set, and so I'm real happy for her. But if it had been me and Donna, and I buy them all the time when I got the money, and if I told Donna that we would definitely get out of here, but I've been pricing out the homes in our city. They're like $400,000 and up. You might be, every now and then you might get something for around $380 or something like that, but it's crazy. I mean, that's why now it's not for us. I couldn't afford it. They want at least $80,000 now for a down payment for a house there, and you're talking about a $3,000 a month mortgage payment. So when you're on retirement money at our current ages, there's no way that's going to happen unless we did win money. So I would definitely buy a house, and the only bill we have is a credit card and the car payment every month. So I would just definitely pay off all that, and have the car outright, and maybe get rid of it for something else. But definitely would buy a house in the ranch. Donna would say, okay, I want everything on the ranch, all on one floor level. She don't have to climb, and would have a nice big island in the kitchen area so I could do some cooking. And actually, I would have a finished basement with a studio with a kitchen downstairs in the so I can do my cooking shows and stuff, and have a studio set up for interviews if I want to do interviews and stuff. So that would be my goal, and of course all the camera stuff that I could possibly handle, and go to school and stuff like that. So but those are only dreams, but you never know when it's your time to hit something. It's your time, you just got lucky. I've been trying for 45 years. It hasn't happened yet. The most I've ever won on a scratch ticket is $1,000. They just recently won two $500 tickets back in October, but it was just one of those things, and because I don't often play them because I can't afford it. I'm lucky Donna can go to Bingo on Friday night, so I'm really happy for her, and kudos to her. But speaking of kudos, can you wish my wife a happy birthday? She doesn't go on YouTube, and she doesn't really do Facebook, but it's going to be her birthday on Tuesday. She's old enough to know better, let's put it that way. And Donna and I have been together for 42 years, and it hasn't been all peaches and cream, but we had many of our fair shares, but we managed to stay together in the end, and keep her in my prayers too, because every other Monday I got to bring her down to the Fitchburg Burbank, and she's got to get an infusion for her kidneys, and it is what it is, guys. I don't know, but I just take it one day at a time with that, and hope for the best. But so the surgery went really well. The other thing about the surgery, if you're going to do a surgery, any kind, for that matter, especially a major surgery like hip surgery, always do your homework. Make sure you're comfortable with your doctor. Make sure you're comfortable with the hospital. Make sure you get rides. I'm fortunate enough that we have stairs, but we also have an elevator. Now, my cousin Miriam, Friday actually, she had her hip surgery done. And she's about the same age as I am, and she had hers done up in Boston, the same place where I had mine done in 2022. And so she's scheduled to come home today. She told me last night she's feeling really good, and but the problem is she's got no elevator. She's got 3 flights of stairs that she's got to climb. And plus, she's by herself, and I think she's got a cat that she's got to deal with. Oreo hasn't been too bad with me. Last night they dropped Donner off the Bingo. He was meowing to get in my room a little bit, but I wouldn't let him in my room. I came home. I lay down on the bed. I fell asleep for a couple of hours, and I got up and I was playing with him a little bit in the living room, and I felt good again. It felt good yesterday getting some fresh air with the walker outside, but it's very icy out, and I just got to be careful and make sure I know that I don't want to walk on black ice. I've been driving as I need to be driving, but I'm not really cleared to drive yet. I think she's supposed to be clearing me out today for that. But other than that, the surgery went well. I'm very, very pleased. Now it's just a rehab. I did notice, besides the constipation, that my big toe and the toe right next to it on my left leg, it's kind of like a little off color type thing there, and I was reading about that, and that's perfectly normal after surgery. If it was a reddish or a black color or a dark color, there would be an alarm to call up the doctor saying get you brought down to the emergency room, but I didn't have to. And when I did, the practitioner nurse that came in, Vince, he checked my blood pressure and everything. He said you were running a little bit high on fever. I don't have a thermometer, so at some point I got to pick one up. But 101 would be the cutoff, so if there's anything higher than 101, I would have to go to the hospital and have them try to give me some IV and bring that under control. So these are all some things you got to be aware of to have surgeries of any kind. Make sure you have a thermometer when you come home and all that good stuff. And if you I don't have any bandages. He left me one bandage. He's supposed to bring me some bandages today, and but I think the overall bandage comes off today, and it's just anyways, they got staples. They stapled it up with some staples, and they put some super glue on over the top of it, and that all wears off. And I noticed on the last one I did the same thing. And the last one on it, the same thing, healed up very nicely. And I've been putting ice packs on it and stuff like that keep the swelling down and under control. And as far as my pain level goes, I haven't had any pain at all. I don't have any more pain when I lift my leg up. I don't have any more pain when I go to bed at night. When I stretch my leg, there's no more pain. It's like incredible. Like God gave me a new lease on life. And I'm scheduled for like a half a dozen rehab appointments in February. I'm going to try to make at least a few of them because I want to see if they can help me out on how to go about putting my stocking issue on again, work in that area so I could be more independent than I was before. And then I'll be good to go. And I do want to go back to work. I continue doing street photography. I do want to do some weddings, some of that type of events. And as soon as I go back to work, I want to send out for that camera. But anyways, that's about it, and talk to you later. Be watching for another future update, and I'll probably post another live later on in the week to let you know how it's going, and we'll probably see if we can't get a video posted on another recipe or two. I got that thing I bought there with that 5-piece cutter set. I want to make some cookies with that, and I got all the stuff I need. I'm gonna, if I feel up to it later this weekend, I'll probably do something like that, and show you how to do that. But it'll be for low carb. But anyways, thanks for coming along to my journey. Love you guys. Stay safe, stay healthy. And again, if you got any questions, I'll be answering in the show more, or when they're watching the chat type. That's why I like posting up premieres. But everything went well, and yeah. So I'll talk to you guys later. Remember, the goal for the end of the month is to lose 6 pounds, or we'll see what happens once I get my body moving and back on track again. But anyways, love you guys. Remember, I love you. God loves you. Have an amazing day. And thank you for watching my channel. Oh, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.